Hello and welcome to Fight Club Analyse today. The series is actually called I English Teacher It because, English teachers, they overanalyse things, and today we're going to overanalyse Fight Club. It's one corporate tale in one scene. I think it is a really great film. If you've not watched the video, the film, I would say go watch it. Great film. I do want to say, though, little credits to all the background noise today is given to my classmates at college. So if you hear any offensive things, it's all their fault, all right? And you can't kill me over it. The little bit I've shown you so far, we're going to pause that. I'm just going to talk about David Fincher for a moment. So, like a lot of popular, insanely popular directors, he actually prefers to shoot in film than digital camera. Now, this choice in camera might be because some directors have said in the past digital cameras steal the magic from movie magic, but I actually personally believe it is to do with something much more interesting than that. With classic cameras, the effect that happens is grain. Now, why am I bringing this up? Well, it's because every grain has a tight connection to the theme of this film. Now, what is this theme? Corporations. As the viewer, we can watch every speck and every grain and try and understand every speck, or we could just brush over it all and focus on the greater image, the greater film. But whilst brushing over it to focus on the greater image, we forget to understand the smaller details. This is what the corporations are like on the workers. They forget to understand every spec, every worker. They ignore them all for the greater image, the greater business. Fight Club is great in this sense. The smallest details, the smallest elements can be linked to paint the truth about the hideous truth of corporations that have polluted our world.
What happened? What happened?
We were on assignment. We were supposed to kill two birds with one stone. Destroy a piece of corporate art.
Operation Not Take Thunder. Go.
And trash a franchise coffee bar.
The narrator is the audience's character to relate to. We see the film from his perspective. The audience associates themselves with him in this world. He is one small clog in the machine. He's out of control and often feels lost in the corporate stomach. This is a feeling I think we've all felt at some point when thinking about our future careers. We feel lost in the corporate babble, the scene that seems to absorb our life, and so does the narrator. He starts the film with taking breaks from the repeating empty, not quite awake, not quite asleep, repeat by joining therapy classes, and which gives him the thrill of something real and pulls him into the perfect and actual world. The narrator is meant to be there for us, someone with similar issues that we have, but amplified. He asks the groups and members of Fight Club, what happened? In this point, he stands for our general society replying to a company in an outlash after a scandal has broken out about the treatment of workers. This case is similar to other big companies and their treatment of workers in the real. This film illustrates the response we have as a society when responding to these big, harmful organisations. After this one scene in the film, the big group, Fight Club, continues. The workers in the organisation have not had any changes to life, and life continues for them. This reflects how our society responds to big scandals relating to big organisations. After the scandal has blown out, everyone eventually goes back to the big company, as it's more inconvenient for them to, and very few stand there defying the company. We just hear the news say, well, that was bad, and then life moves on.
It went smooth until...
What?
Here we have the man explain what was meant to happen under protocol. Like a company, he's trying to shift the blame on it all being an accident rather than it being a not so well thought out plan. He also uses words like surge water, much like how a company would act if a scandal came out. They need to talk formally so that no words can slip through the cracks and be misunderstood as being rude in case the backlash is greater than, and therefore your company will take a hit and Jill will lose money. This line represents the greed these companies have, and the one face it has in the public, and the one it has in the boardrooms.
They shot Bob. They shot him in the head. Fucking pigs.
Everything was going smoothly until they shot Bob. When the man tells the narrator the police shot Bob, this is both an intensive blow to the characters and the audience who've grown attachment to him throughout the film. But this is not the only interpretation of that line you can take from it. If we are continuing with the idea of the film linking to corporations, you can view this as the company's admittance of its wrong to look less guilty. It's coming clean in a tactical way to sway the audience.
Those motherfuckers!
Here we have the mask of Bob taken off. This is the gory, truthful leak. This is the psychological understanding over what has happened. The public has now seen the truth of what the corporation have done to these people and understand what they have done. And what is the weight of that?
Oh, God.
Those motherfuckers!
Those motherfuckers. The gang stands back and revolts. In this moment, we don't hear one big corporate noise. We hear the noise of many feelings, ill over the weight of what their company has done. The clogs are upset. But that does not represent what the company means. Hi guys, so I'm at home now. So if the recording sounds different and you can't hear background stuff, that is because I'm at home. So, woo! That's fun, eh? Yeah, fun.
You morons. You're running around in ski masks trying to blow things up? What did you think was gonna happen?
Okay, quick. We gotta get rid of the evidence. We gotta get rid of this body.
Bury him.
These two next lines of dialogue are the company's higher-ups fighting. One suggests that we need to get rid of the evidence, get rid of this whole scandal, hide the body. They never try to humanise what they did to the body, to the people that they hurt. The stern, bury him, is the idea that they will do anything, but change the story. They will be happy to bury the story rather than learn from it.
What? Take him to the garden and bury him.
Come on, people! Let's go! Hey, get the fuck off! Get away from him! What are you talking about?
The group reaches towards the body. The corporation is trying to quickly sweep it under the rug. But we won't have it. We will not let them. This is a serious case. A backlash is sent to the company. We must be heard.
This isn't a fucking piece of evidence. This is a person. He's a friend of mine, and you're not gonna bury him in the fucking garden.
He was killed serving Project Mayhem, sir.
This is Bob.
But sir, in Project Mayhem, we have no names.
No, you listen to me. This is a man, and he has a name, and it's Robert Paulson.
He's declaring the name of Robert to the group, as they are not saying it. He's trying to prove to the corporation that he is human, he is real. He is Robert Paulson. The scandal is not something to fear, but something to learn from. Society just wants them to be better, not to stop releasing information about what is going on.
Okay?
Robert Paulson.
He's a man, and he's dead now because of us, alright? Do you understand that?
I understand. In death, a member of Project Mayhem has a name. His name is Robert Paulson.
In death, a member of Project Mayhem has a name. His name is Robert Paulson. The company has done it. They found it. They have found the brilliant escape out of the corporate scandal. They have found a brilliant loophole that they can hide behind. And an apology is not handcrafted, but artificially created. So brilliant it will get them out of the biggest hole. The creative branding scheme that is so hypnotic it becomes part of culture. The bouncing back marketing scheme becomes insanely popular, and becomes more popular than the actual issue itself.
Is Robert Paulson.
Come on, guys, please, stop it.
Is Robert Paulson. His name is Robert Paulson. His name is Robert Paulson.
This is over with!
His name is Robert Paulson. His name is Robert Paulson. His name is Robert Paulson.
The character is trying to resist society as they fall into the trap the corporation has created. He begins to break down. The one thing he seems to hate so much has now swept it under the rug. He runs out of the room once again. Thanks to the greed they have won. This scene illustrates how a company deals with organisation to sweep the problem. Robert Paulson. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you didn't, well, go stuff yourself. And if you're new to the 𝙎𝙪𝙗𝙨 YouTube channel, please consider hitting subscribe. But that will be all for today. So, thank you for watching, guys. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.